Hello, welcome to episode 5. Can't believe it's been 5 episodes. And we're only on level 13. Wish us luck. I like to do a quick recap, but because I can't help myself but be extremely long-winded, I will leave it at just showing this screen and saying, yeah, the recap is we've been slow and grindy. Holy cow, Simplicity, when I picked it, I remember being really upset that it didn't buff the Priestess's heal mana gain. Although upon reflection it makes sense that it works that way, but I was like, oh man, this is useless now. And I'm like, well, I guess it goes on the Jester. It has been extremely clutch on the Jester for him to roll 4 mana instead of 3 mana on this side. I also think I've gotten inordinately lucky to continue to roll the 4 mana side instead of all of his blanks, which most of his other sides are blanks. He does have this reroll, so he's only choosing out of 5 options instead of 6 options since this is a freebie. But still, I think I've definitely high rolled with it, and it's been pretty wild the impact that it has had on our ability to win. Anyway, and then the other thing is that with Stitch, monsters, self-heal, mana debt, my spells are hard to get going. The first one's more expensive. After that, they're regular, but it means just like on turn 1, I'm like really slow. And then we also start damage. This is a reason that I would be going fast, but it's just a small damage. It's not a big deal. And so I've been going slow. Let's see what our item is. Add Pain and Cantrip to the top and bottom sides. It's cute. If you have 3 or more mana at the end of the turn, plus 2 mana. 3 or more, plus 2. So 2 mana per turn is kind of a lot. And 3 mana at the end of the first turn is pretty easy to pull off because my spells start really expensive. Because of mana debt. So like I can get 3 mana on turn that's the hard part, is getting 3 mana on turn 1. I have to roll the Jester for the mana. Man, that's a really feast or famine strategy there. But if I get the mana on turn 1, I don't have a strong incentive to spend it, and then it kind of wastes the mana, but whatever. Then I start having basically 2 mana per turn, which is pretty nice. I don't want to take 2 random tier 3 items. We can take a look at them, but I think very quickly I'm just going to feel more like I don't want. I looked at these in an earlier episode. I just kind of went item by item. These are not what I want. This one's cool. But bad with slow spells, because it's even more slow. So I think we're going to take Overflowing Chalice. It is a little bit feast or famine, but we really want it. We'll put on the Valkyrie because she's most likely to live. Everyone died last fight. It was a boss fight, except for Valkyrie. Valkyrie didn't die. She almost also died. We had an option in the middle there for us to win the run while having Valkyrie die as well, and then because people were revived and stuff, and then everyone here would have started with 3 health, or 2 health in the case of the Jester. But fortunately, Valkyrie pulled through. She survived, so she gets to start with 8 health, which is very, very nice. I really liked this cleanse. It was hugely important against the previous boss, but it is a slower item. But let's see. Against Cyclops and Troll. Troll does do poison. This is a hard fight. They both have 15 HP, but the Cyclops we can stun and doesn't regen. So I guess we're trying to rush down the Cyclops, which is a little bit hard for a couple of reasons. One, because Stitch, so we'll be healing back up. But 2, because Juggler doesn't always target who we want. Definitely going to be a hard fight. Oof, I'm not looking forward to this. Also, the Jester's little dodge ability is a lot worse here because they're both doing AoE. They're like the same character, except this guy has a fart cloud. But Priestess, 5 health per turn. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think... It doesn't look like there's anything fancy we can do, though. Is kind of what we're thinking out here with our weapons. I definitely don't want this on Valkyrie because she'll kill herself to revive 2, and then it's just kind of GG. It's nice to have the revive on another character. The problem is, none of my other characters are very likely to survive. I would say Juggler is the most likely to survive, because he's at the top, so he's less likely to get hit by the cleave attacks. And then he has 3 health instead of 2 health. Jester does have this dodge, but Jester's holding a couple of good items here. So I think we'll leave it at that. I think this is the right setup. And then we have the Sapphire Skull and Juggler in case they need to just kill themselves and we can grab 2 mana. But that only makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense. If they're going to kill themselves with this, someone else will have already died. So I think we want to put this on the Collector, who's maybe the most expendable character. So then we can get that 2 mana, and then like kind of we're off to the races type of thing. This Sapphire Skull actually is really important. And then I think we do put this on here, again, just for the optionality. We talked about this last time. I think it might be worse than this side in the early... I mean, it's definitely earlier than this side in the early stages of the fight, in the event that we miss the 4 mana, or we want to just bank the mana for Overflowing Chalice. But later in the fight, it gives us an option that we otherwise wouldn't have. To cleanse poison or something. It's kind of like a little get-out-of-jail-free card. Let's get started. I don't want these episodes to be an hour long each. I really should just be jumping into it a little bit sooner than I am. And right away, we rolled the winning side on Jester. Not that it wins the fight by any means, but I mean, I think it prevents us from losing the fight where we otherwise would. If we can't get this on turn 1, there just might be no chance. This is not very effective, so I like re-rolling this. Valkyrie missed. Juggler rolled the best cantrip, but it hit the troll. Is there any way to rush the troll down instead? I think it will depend on what the other juggles hit. Do we keep heal 3? I think we do. It's pretty good. Although heal 1 to everyone already, just looking at it, saves Juggler and Collector, which is really nice. So I think we maybe just roll this, which makes sense. Makes sense. We're going to float this mana. But it'll trigger Overflowing Chalice for next turn. But if we spend something on our expensive spells, then Overflowing Chalice doesn't trigger. So just roll everything, I guess, because the 1 health to everyone is better than 3 vitality. Yep. More cantrips, more gooder. So we can rescue the Priestess or the Jester. And we roll again. Do we want this? 3 damage. Exert? I don't think we do. He can save himself with a shield, or he can deal a similar amount of damage and not be exerted next turn with focus or bow. So let's reroll. Good news, bad news. You get to save them. No, killing the troll is such a losing prospect because he has regen. Stitch is at the end, so it triggers at the same time as troll. So yeah, the flash doesn't help these guys out. We just have to save the Priestess. And then the nice thing here is we can actually start working on the Cyclops, and then the Troll is going to get the Stitch effect and his regen effect. So even though the Juggler kind of felt like he missed twice, like this is 3 wasted damage, it's only 1 wasted damage, because if both of these had hit the Cyclops, 2 of it would have healed up on the Cyclops anyway, and then he would heal up to 12 life instead of 13 life. So it's nice that they both hit the Troll, I think, instead of split it one way or another. If they both hit the Cyclops, of course that would be better if we really are trying to burst down the Cyclops, but we'll take what we can get. And then we don't spend this, so we get the Overflowing Chalice. But we're going to lose the Flick when we lose the Jester. So is that a losing prospect? Not entirely, because the Juggler can revive the Jester, Valkyrie can revive the Jester. But yeah, the Overflowing Chalice will bring us up to 5 every turn, but then it costs 4 to do anything, so we have to give up the Overwhelming Chalice benefit in order to keep getting it. Hang on, does that mean we're supposed to do this turn differently? No, because Flash doesn't save anyone, although it does help these two. So maybe we just like toss in a Flash or a Flick. Yeah, I think we toss in a Flash right here, and it gives these guys some more life. That's weird. But now our spells are cheap, which is good. I mean, we're losing all of our mana when the Jester dies, but if we can bring him back, then we can start casting spells again. It's a pretty big if. Pretty big if. Yeah, it's annoying, but we have to save the Priestess. Right? Is the Priestess better than the Jester? Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not. Oh. That makes sense that she's not. It makes sense that the Jester is better to save. Because then we have the mana option. Yeah. Okay. Save the Jester. I did not expect that. But I think that this is correct. We can bring the Priestess back if we need to. Which we can. So that's good. We just re-rolled this. Undying is good. On herself. Or anyone. Juggler. I want you to juggle. You know what I'm saying, Juggler? Because if we can stun this Cyclops, 6 damage to stun him. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Not really if Valkyrie rolls. Yeah, Valkyrie roll. Yeah. Okay. And that would save Jester. So maybe I think we skip on this for now. That's bizarre. Reroll everything. Come on. Okay. We can stun the Cyclops. We can respawn the gal. We're still dying to the Troll, though. Which is pretty bad. He's not dying to the Troll once we stun the Cyclops, which is good. But dang, Valkyrie is... So she could rescue herself with Undying? Yeah, I think the reality of the situation is that Skull and Skull are better than... And even Shield. Everything is better than Revive except X. Jester, give me mana? No mana, but that's okay. do lose the Valkyrie. Get the Priestess back. She's pretty sick, actually. Goodbye, Valkyrie. Oh, we lost the Juggler, too? Whoa! How did we lose the Juggler, also? I did not realize that. Okay, we're just dead. GG's, everybody. GG's. This ain't it. Right? He's just gonna be regenning. This would be nice. Oh, 2. Focus is 2 times damage. What's the order on the vulnerable? The target takes +1 damage from dicing spell this turn. 2 times versus the target. Yeah, so I think it's ×2 first, and then gets +1, so it'd be 3 damage. We'd need 2 more, which we couldn't get. It's not there. Exert doesn't even get there. We lost, man, we couldn't afford to. Yeah, because Valkyrie rolled the revive instead of the rescue. Is that 3? I think I miscalculated that last turn. I went pretty fast. I don't see anything. 4 mana, 2, 2, and 2 kills the Cyclops, and then we all died to the troll anyway, except the Priestess. She solo the troll. Maybe, but realistically not. But anyway, it's only the mana that does it anyway, so. And then he has to roll something else. Collector does also. Oh no, I forgot to roll what I needed to. Dang it. Okay, well the 4 mana. 1 and 5. Wow. Wow, we got the 1 and 5. So we got save the Collector and the Priestess. This is still, wow, this is still salvageable, even though I totally was throwing there. That's pointless. Nothing for him is very good. No, the shield is good. Okay, so we roll for the shield. Roll for the shield. Didn't get it. Yeah, we're dying, right? Unless he does 2 to everything over and over. So yeah, 3 is not good. 3 cleave is not good. This saves you, and you gotta look for your shield, buddy. You gotta get your shield. Wow, he got his shield. Okay, 2 to everybody. Can you roll 2 to everybody? He can. Okay. I don't want that. I want the mana. I need the mana, and you need the shield. Tempting, but we're re-rolling. We need the mana to get out of this. Okay, technically not dead, but now we can't survive. GG's. Oh, the Sapphire Skull, though. Can it be done? Yeah, there's no chalice anymore either. Okay. So what we need is to save up mana. No. Yeah, dang. If we had gotten the infused herbs there, then we're fine. And we can actually win. That would have been really clutch, actually. But now it's impossible. I think. I think it's impossible. Yeah. Technically possible. He keeps rolling 2s. Yeah, he didn't. Well, he keeps rolling 2s or 3s. And I roll vitalities. No, I didn't. Okay. GG's. Thank you for watching. We finally get a short episode, which, thank goodness, right? Unfortunately, it ended this way. I might have misplayed that one turn when the juggler died. I mean, I'm sure I misplayed it, right? Because there's no way letting the juggler die is correct. Unless there was no way to save him. And I was too aggressive on my rolls with the Valkyrie. Because getting the priestess back wasn't as important as saving the juggler. It may have been, though, that it was worth the risk. And then the way the dice ended up, it was just like, I screwed myself over. Lots of deaths. Juggler died 4 times. Everyone died multiple times over. I did not like... I hate Stitch. I just hate Stitch. Mana Dead is actually... I didn't mind it so much, but it just felt like such a bummer with Stitch. I don't know, they kind of complemented each other. They just made the matches so grindy. I actually think that maybe the reality of the situation is that these were good curses. I misplayed a little bit in that last fight because I went a little bit too fast because I've been recording each of these episodes one after another, and since they've been so long, it's just a hard game. Making the best decision every time in a strategy like this with these curses is really hard, and it takes a long time. And so eventually you're going to make some wrong decisions. I don't know if I made a wrong decision or just got unlucky. I do believe that it's impossible to, it's impossible to 100% win rate in unfair, is basically what it comes down to, which means every time you start a new run, you are just hoping to get lucky. Now, it doesn't mean your decisions don't matter, and in fact, you might not even have to be very lucky. I don't know what win rates are possible on unfair. Probably more than 50%. And since I haven't won any of like my 10 attempts, I just have a lot to learn. I have to figure this out. So it seems like based on the cards that were dealt there, it is interesting the way the unluckiness or the randomness is spread though, because even though I don't necessarily think I got unlucky there, over the course of that run, with the curse options, and with my character options, and with my item options, didn't really feel like an unlucky seed. Even seeds that aren't considered unlucky seeds don't have 100% guarantees to win. I think it's unlikely that even some of the most generous seeds put you in situations where you can guarantee a win with the best decisions. Kind of a weird way to think about it, but I think that was what was going on there, was that it was a generous seed that still did not make it possible to guarantee a win. On top of that, I'm not playing perfectly, so that's the other aspect of it. So those two things together ended my run on floor 13. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see if I do another episode of this. It was pretty taxing to record and speak through everything on Unfair. I mostly just jam games and I think about them a lot, but one, I play worse than I do that. I guess that's the only thing. I was going to say two, I'm not talking about it, but I think that's why there's effort in playing better. So the reason that felt like this, I'm still recording right now, the reason this felt like kind of a long, grueling process to record and do 5 episodes for was the first reason was that I was making sure I was playing my best. And it's harder, it's like more effort to make sure you're playing your best. But then the other reason was I was communicating everything I was thinking out loud, of course. Which, on the one hand, is why I was playing my best. because when you're forced to explain every decision out loud, you make better decisions. But also, just in and of itself, like explaining everything verbally is a more energy intensive process to the runs. All that say, I'm glad that I think this was pretty efficient though for like the recording and uploading these to my channel. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So I will definitely do more. I just don't think I'll do another one today. So or do any more episodes today, I should say. All right, but I'll catch you next time.